One thing I've come to realize is that busy seasons don't necessarily mean distant seasons with God. And honestly, I've had to learn this the hard way. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when any of our videos is posted. And if it's not your first time, welcome back. So if you've ever struggled with staying consistent with God because life got busy, work piled up, or you just felt overwhelmed, this video is definitely for you. So for someone who has experienced that a lot of times, and praise to God, I've been able to come out of that, I would like to give you like 4 things you should take note of when you are going through that. The first thing I'd like to tell you is I should stop chasing perfection. See, you can never get, the only person that is perfect is God. You are human, and every human being is bound to make mistakes. So don't chase perfection at all. You don't have to tick all the boxes. A lot of you are just waiting to your to-do list, or you have 5-7 days in the week, you want to tick all. Consistency with God can actually still mean you ticking 4 and leaving 3 out of it. So a lot of times you feel that if you not tick the entire box, then you are not consistent with God. But consistency is also you ticking 4 boxes and not ticking the other 3. My pastor will always say, when you've not prayed for like 3 days or 3 weeks and you feel guilty about it, that's the sign that you've actually been praying, like you are redeemable at that point. So consistency with God can actually mean you ticking like 4 boxes and the other boxes are not ticked. So the whole idea with God is that you keep coming back. So if you keep coming back and you're not, you keep coming back. That's the whole idea. Don't keep pushing yourself like, oh, I have to tick the 7 boxes for me to be perfect. I have to pray for the entire 7 days. Sometimes consistency can actually mean you waking up very early on your way to work and you're blasting it all. Consistency with God is not about checking all the boxes. It's about relationship. Do you keep coming back? It's about how your relationship with God is. And the second thing I'd like to let you know, for someone who has experienced that too, is that I learned to meet God in small moments. You see all those 15 minutes prayer, maybe you just woke up late and you're trying to rush off to work to meet up with the boss and all those things. It's actually very important. So God actually looks at your consistency, how well you come back. So it's not about probably in a day you try to pray for like 3 hours and the next time you pray is like 2 weeks time. It doesn't make sense. But if you can be able to meet up in like 15 minutes daily, or even if you're not really like consistent, at least you wake up every day and you pray 15 minutes, maybe on your way to work, you just blast it up, thank God for everything, commit everything to your day to God. Just that 15 minutes, just that worship, just that praise, just that little moment or communication you have with God in a day. God values it more than the longer time you spend. So you should put more effort into that instead of trying to tick all your boxes or trying to pray for 3 hours. You give yourself a target of praying for 3 hours, yet you're not consistent with 30 minutes or 15 minutes. So you have to be consistent with just little moments before you now start thinking of increasing into the bigger ones. And that's the third thing I would like to tell you today, for someone who has experienced that, is that I prioritize God over productivity. So before I start every of my day, start any activity at all, before I start preparing to go to work, as I'm standing up on the bed, I'm standing up with God, I'm blasting in tongues, but I know that I have limited time, I have to rush off to work, that I have to meet up. So as I'm waking up, preparing, taking my bath, I'm praying in tongues. On my way to work, I'm praying in tongues. By the time I get to work, I know that before I clock in, like log in to start off work for the day, I've already spoken to my maker, I've spoken to God. So ensure you put God over productivity. Before you think of being productive for the day, before you think of being productive with your to-do list, ensure God is at the top of that to-do list, is at the top of everything. And the very last thing I would like to tell you is that give yourself grace. Don't go and overwork yourself. I have to pray 2 hours in a day for 7 days. Don't overwork yourself. God even gave us grace. So how much more you give yourself grace? Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. If you tick 4 boxes or 5 boxes out of 7, give yourself the grace that, you've tried, you'll be better next time. Don't just conclude that, I'm not consistent, I'm not faithful. Because a lot of us can do that. You can just conclude that those 2 days that I missed are the ones that are more important than the 5 days that you went to God. So God values, like I established initially, what God values is that you keep coming back. It's not that you come today and you don't come back till the next 1 month. He wants you to come today. Even if you don't come tomorrow, you are there in 3 days time. You are there for 2 days. You miss just 1 day. You still came back. Like, that is what God looks at. It's not even how long you stay, it's how consistent, how much you remember Him. You know, if you love somebody, you always have to keep remembering them. Even if you don't call them for a particular day, you know, the next day you're definitely calling them. So that's his relationship which God looks at. So his relationship is not about being consistent. So God wants relationship, not performance. His presence, that God's presence is available even in seasons or times where we are busy. So have that consciousness that even in my busy season, God is there. Do you understand? Have that consciousness. So thank you very much and see you on my next video. Bye.